Police, the public, and city agencies, the CAPS partnership that makes neighborhoods safer. I'm Peter Carl, and this is Chicago Crime Watch. Turn in a gun, no questions asked. That was the call from the Chicago Police Department. As a result, another 2,000 guns are now off city streets.
I've been babysitting those guns for a long time and keeping a watch, make sure no one takes them out.
Cynthia Dean brought in 3 shotguns she had in her home for the past 5 years. She says she wanted to make sure they didn't get in the wrong hands.
A couple of people wanted to buy them, young people, and I said no. We had a lot of bullets, and I got rid of the bullets. And with all the shooting, the killing of the young people, that's why I kept them.
Dean was one of many who turned in their guns at the Fellowship Missionary Baptist Church. There were 27 participating churches across the city taking part in the 5th annual turn-in program.
Okay, this is air gun.
Peppy and Annie Wickerson brought in a guitar case filled with air pistols, rifles, BB guns, and swords.
I didn't want to dump them on the street so kids can get them and threaten people or rob people or take someone's life, you know.
At St. Sabina Church, 190 weapons were turned in, making it the top location for the most guns brought in. Officials there pleaded with the community to support the event. They say getting guns out of the homes will make streets safer.
We've got to get these weapons off the street. And I would really encourage parents, grandparents, check your homes. Everybody thinks the guns are being bought off the street. A lot of these weapons are being stolen out of homes, being stolen from their parents, being stolen from grandparents.
We've got to understand that guns in the house or guns in the hand have the potential to kill, have the potential to harm. And all you need is an angry moment, all you need is a rage, all you need is something to trigger you to use something to harm somebody else. And then you either have killed or shot somebody or you end up in the prison for the rest of your life and your life is destroyed too.
Willie Williams Jr. says his life was turned inside out when his teenage son was shot and killed 3 years ago coming out of the Ford City Mall movie theater. Now he's turning his pain into a mission to stop gun violence.
It's like unbelievable to see these guns, you know, the guns that should be used in the Army or Navy or somewhere, but they're out on our streets. That's very scary. This disease took over our city, and we need to stop it, but it takes people to stop it.
Another person who knows all too well the tragic effects of gun violence is Garrett Evans. He's a Chicago survivor of the Virginia Tech shootings. He was shot in the leg during the rampage.
When you think about what happened to me, one gun killed about 5 or 6 people in my room, alone. And that day, 32 people died and 26 people were wounded. So think about how you're thinking about one gun could save a life. And we're getting thousands of guns off of the street just with this program we're doing.
Participants were given a gift card for each weapon they brought in. Final figures show 31 assault weapons, 1,581 handguns, rifles, and shotguns were turned in, and 296 replicas and BB guns were turned in. And make no mistake, those replica guns can be just as dangerous as real ones.
You also have to look at the people using the fake guns. If for some reason they should point that replica or that BB gun or that fake gun at a police officer, the police officer has really no option but to use deadly force against that person because he or she can't make the determination that that's not a real gun.
The guns recovered are being stored and will be examined by forensic firearm technicians. Once the weapons have been cleared and show that they've not been stolen or used in a crime, they will be destroyed. For those who took part, they say they're glad they got rid of the firearms and believe it's a good step in reducing gun violence.
Well, it can make a huge difference, I think, in the commitment to lowering violence and making sure that the next generation, the generation to come, can have a high quality of life.
One gun taken off the street today may prevent one homicide, one aggravated battery from happening tonight.
Over 17,000 illegal weapons have been turned in since the program started in 2006. Our next story involves a North Lawndale church and a group of local businesses banding together to empower youth and take a bite out of crime.
I want you to find your parent and then come right back in.
It's a need over in this area to try to empower the youth because there's so much going on over here, and I feel someone has to step out and say, okay, enough is enough.
Vernell Givens was one of the organizers of the Youth-A-Palooza event held at the Westside Cathedral of Love Christian Church. More than 500 people stopped by during the day to take part in all kinds of fun activities. Kids showed off their artistic talents, spray painting T-shirts. Businesses, including the Chicago Bulls, provided prizes and supplies for raffles and games. And the new commander of the 11th District came to lend her support.
These events bring unity and cooperation to the community and the police department. We constantly say to the community, come out, help us. And this shows the neighborhood and the surrounding area that they are committed to providing an alternative. They're committed to showing that they want change. And especially when the police show up, when I show up, it also shows the community that they have police support.
Pastor James Baskin says a partnership with police is very important and can make a difference in the community.
You get to know who the police are, who the commanders are, and then that way you can have a trust factor where the young people in the community will even feel safer going to the police to report certain crimes that are going on within their community.
To be consistent, relentless, block by block. We can't stop. We can't stop.
A youth speaker read her motivational poems for the community and for children. There were vendors and plenty of free food. The American Red Cross handed out pamphlets on CPR, while Mount Sinai Hospital provided information on breast cancer screenings. And of course, there was music.
All right, come on, put your hands together.
Organizers say they're planning on making Youth-A-Palooza an annual event. That's it from the Crime Watch News Team. I'm Peter Carl. Thanks for watching.